So let's take a look at Star Trek number 51. This is the Whitman variant. The cover is one of the main reasons I bought it for, well, two reasons for the cover. One, it's a painted cover, which I really think are awesome. Number two, I had this comic book as a kid. I completely didn't even think about it until I saw it. I was like, whoa, deja vu from the past. There's the Mazda. It's, I guess, the 24th century version of the car that is currently being sold. And looks like Arima is another car manufacturer that will evolve into something much better in the future. So if you're a Mazda driver, you have something to look forward to in the 24th century. Your vehicle will still be under warranty. So first off, we got a Spider-Man inside of the... Wait, what? I thought this was Star Trek. Spider-Man versus the Chairman. I get it. The Chairman. I get it. So clever. All right, now that's just an ad for Hostess. Let's see. What snack are they trying to promote? Twinkies. I don't know. I won't say I've never eaten one. I just don't remember eating one. I don't eat them. They don't sound good. They sound gross, but I do like what Weird Al Yankovic did with it. He made a Twinkie dog. Well, anyway, let's get to the comic book. So Destination Annihilation. So first off, they are going to visit a friend. They talk about the history of the two twin planets. One is they're fighting each other, and then they form religions and fight each other during the Middle Ages with their little dinosaurs they ride on, and kangaroo dinosaur or whatever. Then they get spaceships, and they keep on fighting. So it's kind of like a never-ending war between two different factions of humanoids. And then, well, I don't know exactly what's going on, but there's a whole lot of mess up in space. And then they go pick up their friend, Mr. Whipple. Mr. Whipple is, of course, the guy who tells you don't squeeze the Charmin back in those 70s ads. And you're like going, wait a minute, 70s? How old is this comic book? This comic book is from March 1978. It is Star Trek number 51. In case you were like, no, that can't be right. Yeah, I remember Mr. Whipple back in the 70s, and you should too. Although I don't remember him looking like Benjamin Franklin, which we'll find out in a second. That's what he looks like. He looks a lot more like Benjamin Franklin. There is a reference to Transformers, which is ironic because in 1978, Transformers were not a thing. It wasn't until 1984 did we ever hear the term Transformers. So what could he be possibly talking about? Well, remember, this is in the 24th century. So Mr. Spock is, of course, talking about the Transformers because it's still a toy line. So that's another good thing to look forward to in the 24th century if you happen to live that long. Well, let's get back to the comic book over here. We have Mr. Whipple is getting arrested because, well, he did some stuff. He did some experiments that went awry, and then they said nope. Then Spock's like, well, we got something we got to do. So he puts the sleeper, the Vulcan death pinch. Let's just put them to sleep. They'll be fine when they wake up. I'm not quite sure exactly why they got him, why they're going out to space with him, but I think they're something about they have to clean up his mess. Oh, look, there's an ad for 100 little dolls, all for $3. I remember I begged my mom for this. I'm glad I didn't get them because I'm sure they were just little pieces of plastic crap. So I was thinking, wow. I was thinking in my head, like, fashion dolls, like Barbies? No, I'm pretty sure they were crappy dolls. All right. Then, oh, make some extra cash by, All right. Ooh, Fun Factory. And do you remember Grit? I just had some this morning for breakfast. Yeah, I never knew what Grit was. So, Mr. Whipple, who tells you don't to squeeze the Charmin, he has a tendency to get into things. He's kind of like a bumbling genius. So while they're down on the planet talking to people, they find out that once their God appears on the throne, they will start off with a final war. Mr. Whipple is playing around with his tricorder, and, well, he accidentally teleports himself onto the other throne, which has got both religions have the same thing. Once their God appears on their throne, they know that's their, cue to go to war. And so he's like, oh no, they're starting a war. Oh, look, Star Wars. The Star Wars watches. Woo, man, that's some, Star Wars t-shirts. Full page ads. Star Wars must have been popular back then. All right, so part 2, we got Annihilation. So they're going to war, and while Mr. Whipple is trying to fix his dilemma, he ends up on the other planet. And he ends up on the other throne. Oh, look, sea monkeys. Welcome to ADHD. So now he's appeared on the other throne. They're like, hey, we go to war too. And like, oh no, I've really done it. Now they're going to war with each other. These guys have got the syringe they're going to give them the COVID shot. And these guys have the bottle caps, so I guess it's syringes versus bottle caps. Oh, what will I do? What will I do? I've started the war. Oh, no. So what he does, he takes matters in his own hands. He gets out one of the little shuttles. He messes around with the radio. Somehow or other, he devises a way he's going to try to communicate to both of them. Or he creates a magnetic wall. That's what he is. He's trying to create a magnetic wall which will make them repel each other. The ships repel. Oh, but of course, he's a bumbling idiot. He ends up doing the opposite, which pulls them toward each other. And then they're like, pull him out of there. We'll just pick up the ship later. Yes, sir. So they're trying to teleport. He's like, oh, no. And then he tries to stop it. It ends up in space in an electromagnetic version of himself. So he's not exposed to the 3 degrees of space being frozen immediately. He's just an electromagnetic energy version of himself in space. And while he's yelling out, behold, they're like, behold, our great Bengual reappears. At last, okay, so they both believe that this is his God because he just appeared on the throne. And he's like, help! Can't someone put a stop to this nonsense? One of the leaders says, stop. The other one's like, nonsense. And they're like, he has sent us great wisdom. And while they're like pondering these amazing words, because somehow or another, interesting, because of his unique form, his voice is being picked up on radio. So it's not like he's talking into what you can't speak in space, and no one can hear you scream. So, since he's in electromagnetic form, they're picking it up on their radios. Because, even in spaceships, you gotta listen to music. Well, while they're pondering his amazing words, the Enterprise is trying to figure out how to get him back. Well, of course, Scotty figures it out, pulls him back onto the ship, and they're like, our God has given us the final word. Hear us, Armenian, or Aramean, blah, blah, whatever the word is. Golgar wishes us to live in peace. So too does Vingual. So basically, they both thought it was their God. They both thought their God was saying, stop this. This is nonsense. And so he, instead of having a war that he accidentally started, he accidentally created peace. And it ends off with him just walking away with the little tricorder going, now, if you'll excuse me, I think I'm able to find the bug that caused this tricorder to go awry. Oh, Professor Wiffle, just go back to squeezing some Charmin. You'll be okay. And that's the end. Now, do you want to see the ads? Of course you do. Prizes or cash. Which one do you want? Would you want the prizes or cash? Now, remember, this is 1978, I think I just read. Look at that amazing camera. Ooh, a walk. Want to walk and roll. Remember those radios that had the little flip numbers? There's one right there. Ooh, clock radio with the flip numbers. An adversary electronic TV game. Ooh, it's like Pong. A cassette recorder. Oh, boy. Oh, man, look at this. Oh, I had a skateboard like that, and mine was yellow. It was called a banana board. It wasn't made out of bananas. It was just called that. I had one of these. I didn't care for it too much. I've just never been into slot car racing. A real TV? Wow. You only had to sell 70 boxes of something. What are they trying to sell? Olympic sells that. Just boxes of junk. Or you can go over here and look at the magic of Disney. Makes your child the star of this library of 4 great new Disney adventure books. Wow, that's interesting. And then the very back ad, of course, is more how to make money. Get money, or make money, get prizes. Let's look at these prizes. Well, they're pretty much the same thing. Oh, look, there's some of those white skates we used to skate with. They're called roller derby skates. A pocket calculator if you have really big pockets. Hint, hint. Oh, man. Transistor radio. Amazing. And people are wanting iPods. They can have a transistor radio instead. A cassette tape recorder. Man, everybody needs one of those. Actually, I kind of do. I got some cassettes that I still like to listen to. I can't find the songs on, YouTube. All right. Chemistry set, a girl's travel case. Why is it a girl's travel case? Does it only open for girls? I don't know. A skateboard and a kicktail. Junior guitar as opposed to a senior guitar. And then a pitchback, which is, oh I just remembered I had one of those. I used to just like throwing things at it, making it bounce back. Swim set. Yeah, okay. A volleyball set, sleeping bags, a nylon mountain tent. Croquet kit. Okay. Croquet. I remember playing that at my uncle's house. Boring. I think I just went and started using the mouse to chase the cats. I wasn't going to hit them. I was just chasing them. I would never hurt a cat. 4-player badminton. I remember playing that when I was a kid. We didn't have much to do back then, but boy, oh boy, did we do a lot. All right. Oh, 3-speed bikes. You got all 3 speeds. Fast and slow and medium, I guess. And then instant load camera. Man, things don't get better than that now, do they? And then there are all these kids up here that give their testimonies. I tell my buyers, all you need is the sun and the rain and a pack of American seeds. Oh, they're selling seeds. Like, you can't get those at the Dollar Tree. Well, y'all have a great day. Thanks for watching. Let me know if you've read this, if you have this, or now if you really want to get it. Because, hey, I got mine for $3.50. Well, you know, so $7. It was half price. You might want to go grab you one before they disappear. In a twinkling of an eye.